On today's episode, I'm going to talk about overthinking. Now, this for me is an absolute fucking nightmare. It's something that I deal with all the fucking time. It's probably one of the biggest things that gets us into trouble. Now, I've had like fallouts with family members on many occasions, and it's all because I overthink things. I'm always playing, worst case scenarios in my mind. And one of the biggest problems I've got is, especially when I'm messaging people, it's a fucking nightmare. If somebody doesn't message back, like pretty much immediately, my fucking mind goes into overdrive, and I start thinking fucking weird shit. So if you ever message me, make sure you fucking answer back quickly. It's a fucking nightmare. It really, really is. Now, I suffer from insomnia, and I take medication for that. For the first 11 years, when I first got sectioned in 2001, they had us on SOUNDCLOUD. Now, these bastards, right, they took us off SOUNDCLOUD and they said it was addictive. I don't care if it's fucking addictive. I need the cunt, right? Do you know what I mean? So, so they took us off that, right? I was awake all the time. It drives you fucking mental because when I go to bed, my fucking brain switches on. Do you know what I mean? So it's a fucking nightmare. So I'm thinking all the time when I go to bed and I start thinking things. I don't know why I do this because I am a mega confident person. But I go through worst case scenarios, the things that hasn't been asked, hasn't happened. It's just all in my fucking own mind. I remember saying to one of my family members, I'm not in the inner circle. And they replied saying, there is no fucking circle, you daft cunt. You're overthinking. And my brother, I told my brother about this, and he says, yeah, you overthink. And I apologise to the family member who said I was fucking raged. And my brother says, look, you've been like that all your life. You overthink everything. And you're never going to fucking change. So it's point of saying sorry, because you're going to do it again, which you did. So I was on SOUNDCLOUD for 11 years, and then they moved us on to this other one. I can't remember what it was called. And then when I got sectioned the second time, which was around 2001, they put us on trazodone. Now that for me was fucking mint. I used to take 150 milligrams, and when I was living with Gail, my partner, when I took them, and like about an hour later, half an hour later, when they started working, she had to carry us to bed, because I was that fucking zombied. But now they've increased it to 300 milligrams, so I take that every fucking night. Thank fuck, because I wouldn't get to sleep otherwise. And when I take the SOUNDCLOUD, when it starts working, I'm like, I feel sick, feel like I'm going to puke up, and that's time to go to bed, you know what I mean? Now, they don't hang on us, like when I used to take SOUNDCLOUD, the next day I was fucking groggy, and they used to hang on us, But with the SOUNDCLOUD, I'm okay with that. But if I never had SOUNDCLOUD, I would be awake all night, overthinking everything. So this overthinking fucking shit, right? It's like I do it all the time. I tell you how I feel. I feel like when something happens, or not even if something happens, if something in my mind's like you think you're gonna lose your job or something like that over fucking no reason whatsoever, fucking idiot. So I'll go into fucking overdrive on the overthinking shit, and I've got this feeling of impending doom, like mega, and it makes us anxious as fuck. You know what I mean? I'm almost in panic mode, and I'm sure there's loads of people out there who fucking go through exactly the same thing. Let me know if you go through the same shit, if yours is slightly different. Tell me how you overthink. But for me, it's a fucking total nightmare. And it just makes us feel anxious. like I said before, especially when I'm texting. If I don't get a reply, I'm fucking coming up with all sorts of shit. Do you know what I mean? Um, and that's all I really want to say on this matter. But it does affect me every fucking single day. You know what I mean? Anyway, I'm just going to leave it at that. And all I've got to say is bye, bye, and I'll catch you on the next one.